Hello everyone, I am Archana Gupta and welcome back in the new lecture of very important part of the Parliament of India. In this part, we will discuss about important features of parliamentary procedures so that you will be able to understand that how Parliament actually conducts its business. Here we will discuss about the oath, quorum, question hour, zero hour and different kinds of motion of parliament, etc. So please subscribe the channel and press bell icon for all notification updates on further uploads. You can also visit channel page and playlist of Indian polity to get different lectures. Link is given in description box. Okay, so let's begin. Some formalities of legislature which are seen in the course of their functions are called parliamentary procedures. Now we will look at some of the common procedure of Indian Parliament. So first one is the oath. After general elections or by-elections or midterm elections, the duly elected members have to take oath to bear a true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India and uphold the dignity, integrity and sovereignty of the country while discharging their duties. And after that, a member can take part in the proceedings of the House. Okay. Next is quorum. As I have told you earlier, the quorum means the minimum number of members required to be present in the House before it could transact any business. And as per rule, 1/10 of the total membership of each House constitutes the quorum. As the present strength of Lok Sabha is 545. Hence, 55 members constitute the quorum. Okay. The speaker may adjourn the house or suspend the meetings until there is a required quorum. Okay. Now, let's see the casting vote. Though the decisions of the house are taken by a majority vote, but if there is a tie, means the vote for and against happen to be equal, then the speaker of the house has been given the power to cast his vote to make a decision, and this vote by the speaker is called the casting vote. Okay, but one thing is also important, that he does not vote in the first instance unless the condition of the tie is there. Okay, now let me tell you about the question hour. On every working day, the first hour, which is usually in between 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., is normally reserved for the question of the opposition to the government. Even every member of the house has the privilege to ask questions from the government on matters of public interest, and the minister usually give answer. But if any bill is brought by a private member, then questions can also be asked from that private member. Here let me tell you about the private member. A member of parliament who is not a minister in the union cabinet is called a private member. Okay, and the right of the member to ask a question from the government is known as interpellation, and such questions are addressed to the chair and the government is obliged to answer them. As I told you that first hour of every working day of the house is reserved for questions unless otherwise decided by the speaker. A member has to give 10 days notice for a question, and there are three types of questions: unstarred questions, starred questions and short notice questions. So let's see one by one. Unstarred questions have to be answered in a written form by the minister concerned, and no supplementary questions can be asked thereon, because it will take time to reply in writing, so it is not possible to ask supplementary question. On the other hand, starred questions are answered orally on the floor of the house by the ministers concerned, and supplementary questions can also be asked as the main question is immediately answered. Now look at the short notice questions. Short notice questions relating to a matter of urgent public importance. So such questions are asked with a notice which is shorter than of 10 days, and it is answered orally. Okay, along with the question hour, there is a 0 hour. It is an Indian innovation in the field of parliamentary procedure, and it has been in existence since 1962, but it is not mentioned in the rules of procedure. Okay, so the time immediately following the question hour is known as the 0 hour. It starts at around 12 o'clock and continues till the lunch break, which begins at 1 o'clock. During the 0 hour, members raise all types of questions without any permission or prior notice. Okay? The Lok Sabha begins its main work after that, which is known as legislative business. Normally, the Lok Sabha used to start its work from 2 p.m. and onward. During this period, the House usually conduct discussion on important bills, motions, resolutions, etc. It also talks about financial business related to budget. House also considers many other issues of national importance. Okay, now look at the types of motion. So let's first see the definition of motion. It is a device or proposal used by the member of parliament to express opinion. You can say whenever a matter of urgent public interest is sought to be discussed in the house is called a motion. And the house also expresses opinions on various issues through the adoption or rejection of motions which is moved by either minister or private member, and all these motions pass through simple majority in the parliament. And these motions can be of various kinds, like motion of thanks, substantive motion, censure motion, motion of impeachment, adjournment motion, no confidence motion, confidence motion, and cut motion, etc. Now let's briefly get to know about it one by one. So what is the motion of thanks? The first session of every new parliament and first session of every fiscal year is addressed by the president. In this address, the president describes the policies and programs of the government in preceding year and a future year. This president's address is followed by a motion of thanks, which is moved in each house by an MP to debate. After the debate, this motion put to vote in the parliament, and this motion must be passed by both of the house, otherwise it reflects the defeat of the government. Okay, now move to the next motion, which is the substantive motion. It is an self-contained independent proposal dealing with a very important matter and express opinion of the house on a particular matter, as impeachment of the president, impeachment of Supreme Court judge. Okay, next is a substitute motion. This motion is moved in substitution of an original motion, and it proposes an alternative to it, and if it is adopted by the house, then it supersedes the original motion. Okay, now next is censure motion. A censure motion is an expression of strong disapproval or harsh criticism. Censure motion is moved against the council of minister, a group of minister, or as individual minister for the failure to perform duties. The censure motion is usually moved by the opposition party against the ruling party or any of its minister for failure to act in certain matter. It is introduced and passed by simple majority in the Lok Sabha. If it is passed in the Lok Sabha, the Council of Ministers is bound to seek the confidence of the Lok Sabha as early as possible. Okay. Next one is adjournment motion. It is introduced to discuss a matter of urgent public importance by adjourning an ongoing discussion, and the purpose of this motion is to get information from the government. it needs the support of 50 members to be admitted, and the discussion on this motion should continue for not less than 2 hours and 30 minutes. Now, let's talk about no confidence motion. No confidence motion is introduced and passed only in the Lok Sabha, and the aim of this motion is to remove the government. Means the Council of Ministers works till it enjoys the confidence of the legislature. This proposal is introduced only by the opposition, and if a successful motion of no confidence is passed in the Lok Sabha, the Council of Ministers has to resign. And if, on the other hand, the majority votes against the motion, the government survives. This motion is very important because when debate is held on the no confidence motion, then members discuss the any act of the government or the policies of government in detail and not the matter of a particular bill. Okay, and it is introduced in the House by at least 50 members of the Lok Sabha and passed by a simple majority. Here simple majority refers to the majority of more than 50% of the members present and voting. Okay, and if it is passed, the government is expected to resign. Sometimes a no confidence motion assumes much importance. Even a single vote counts. For example, in the 12th Lok Sabha, the government headed by Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee lost just by one vote, and then the government collapsed and general election were held. There is also a confidence motion, and it is the reverse of the no confidence motion. Confidence motion introduced and passed only in the Lok Sabha by the ruling party, and it has been passed by the simple majority. Let us now see the cut motion. It is only introduced and passed by a simple majority in the Lok Sabha. Cut motion is a power which is given to the members of the Lok Sabha to oppose a demand in the financial bill discussed by the government, and the aim of this motion is to check the misuse of public money. It is also used to test the strength of the government. For example, if it is adopted by the parliament and the government does not have the numbers, then government is obliged to resign as per customs of the Lok Sabha. But it is not mentioned in the constitution that the government will have to resign. Okay. There are three types of cut motion. First one is policy cut, then economic cut, and the token cut. So let's see them one by one. Policy cut motion. This motion is introduced in the parliament for the curtailment in the demands for grants to 1 rupee. For example, if the government brings some policy of any amount, but majority of the members are not agree with that policy, so they all will introduce and pass policy cut motion against the same policy, and if the policy cut motion is completed successfully, then the amount of the government's policy will reduce to 1 rupee only. Hence, the policy will not be possible to execute or implement by the government. Ultimately, the policy got rejected. Okay. Now, the second is economic cut motion. This motion is introduced for curtailment of substantial amount. For example, the government has allots any amount for a policy, but the members of parliament feels that this amount is too much for that policy, then they reduce this amount substantially after discussion in the parliament. So it is called economic cut. Okay. Now we'll talk about third one, which is token cut motion. This cut motion aims that amount of the demand be reduced by 100 rupees. Suppose if there is 100 crores is allotted for any policy, then they reduce only 100 rupees from the whole amount to show a token of dissatisfaction. Okay. Actually, token cut is symbolic and reflects opposition of members against the government policy. Now, Moving to the next motion, which is closure motion. This motion is moved by a member of parliament to cut short the debate on a matter before the house, and if the motion is approved by the house, then the debate is stopped forthwith and the matter is put to vote. There are four kinds of closure motion, as simple closure, closure by compartments, kangaroo closure, and guillotine closure. We will discuss about these motions soon again. Okay. Next is privilege motion. This motion is moved by a member if he feels that a minister has committed a breach of privilege of the house or one or more of its members by withholding facts of a case or by giving wrong facts. And the purpose of this motion is to censure the concerned minister. Okay. Now let's see the calling attention motion. A member of parliament may, with the prior permission of the speaker, call the attention of a minister to a matter of urgent public importance, and he want an authoritative statement from him on that matter. This is called calling attention motion. Okay. One more thing is also important, that like zero hour, it is also an Indian innovation and has been in existence since 1954. Okay, but it is mentioned in the rules of procedure. Now here we will talk about another topic of parliamentary procedure, that is resolution. Actually, resolution is a motion which presented to the house on a matter of general public interest, and the member must give 15 days prior notice for such a motion, and the majority opinion in the house on such a matter is called resolution of the house. Now let me tell you few points related to adjournment and prorogation of the house. Adjournment of the house means suspension of the sitting of the house by the speaker, and prorogation means termination of the session of parliament. Okay, this is the basic difference, so you need to keep remember always. Okay, as I have told you that the power of adjournment of the house rests with the speaker or the chairman, and the power of prorogation of a session belongs to the president, and the house is adjourned in different circumstances, as after the business for the day is over, or when the death occurs of a sitting or ex-member of the house, or when there is so much disorder in the house, then speaker adjourn the house, and the house is also adjourned for want of quorum. Except this, if speaker finds it necessary, then he adjourn the house. Okay, so in this video lecture, we have understood very deeply about parliamentary procedures and its different aspects. In next video, I'll talk about power and functions of the parliament, the relationship between the both houses, and the Rajya Sabha. Okay, so keep learning and keep growing and keep watching. Thank you.